All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Thunder Racing League's Thunder Throwdown Challenge Series, week number 8, as we are in the 360 non-wings this week here at Williams Grove Speedway. When it comes to non-wings, it is no surprise to see Austin Medea up front in practice with about 4.5 minutes to go. At this time, I will ask that you please rise and remove your hats for the playing of tonight's national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave, the brave.
All right, real quick, we go ahead and take a look at the points for the Thunder Throwdown Challenge Series. You'll see Bobby Evertson leads Falcon Smith, Brian Gunderson, Michael Lonis, and Matt Mateer rounding out your top 5. 6th is Mark Spittelmeister. 7th, Chris Forsyth. 8th, Luke Rakowski. 9th, Dustin Sargent. 10th is Trent Sneed. 11th, Austin Medea, and rounding out the 12 cars that have ran this season is Ian Humphreys. We have 6 cars here tonight that have signed in for action to this point. They are, as previously mentioned, Austin Medea, Chris Forsyth, Falcon Smith, Matt Mateer, Luke Rakowski, and Brian Gunderson. As we have about 1.5 minutes left to go in practice. 6 cars means one 8-lap heat. Our 3-wide Thunder thank you, and then we go into a 20-lap A main here at the virtual Williams Grove Speedway. If you have not already done so, please go ahead, hit the like, subscribe, notification bell so you don't miss any Thunder Racing League action. As it does not appear as though our points leader is here tonight. So that may shuffle things around a little bit. Not sure how much of a gap Bobby has over Falcon. I didn't look at the numbers, just where they were sitting in the standings. There's just about 30 seconds left to go. Austin Medea almost 0.4 of a second faster than the second place driver of Falcon Smith. that will end practice for tonight. We go ahead, get ready to line them up for your heat race action. Or, excuse me, this is for qualifying. As the 64 of Matt Mateer rolls out, and it looks like he's going to park it. The 80 of Brian Gunderson out on track, working down the back straightaway, trying to get some speed up. Working through 3 and 4. These cars nowhere near the downforce that we seen Sunday night in the wing sprint cars. Along with one of the biggest motors that we've ran all season. Most of these drivers, the experience they have in non-wings comes from the midgets, which is a 4-cylinder. These are 8-cylinder, 360 cubic inch motors. As lap number 1 goes in the books for the 80 of Brian Gunderson at a 22.746. Matt Mateer coming up quick time for now, a 23.72. As we watch the 20 of Austin Medea come out on track, super sideways through 1 and 2. But this is just his warm-up as he works down the back straightaway into 3 and 4 and onto the front straightaway to get the green flag for his qualifying time. Green flag waves for that number 20. Working through the slick through 1 and 2. A lot straighter that time than what we've seen him through 3 and 4. Works down the back straightaway. Flicking it in. Putting the tire right up above the slick, coming down, catching some gravity coming off forward. Lap number 1 for Austin Medea. Second quick at 26.04. Matt Mateer's quick time at 2.0372. As we watch Medea work through 3 and 4 one final time. Lap number 2 for Austin will be quicker, moving him to quick time, a 2.0130, 21.30 for Austin Medea to get that quick time away from Matt Mateer. Falcon Smith still out just now getting out on track to make his lap times. He is the last one to put a time in the books as he works through 3 and 4. As it appears as though he has actually ran his time, his laps, just did not score any of them. So I'm guessing bounced it off the wall. Maybe a little too sideways. Is the 34 and the 64 are out here both making practice laps. Looks like the 34 is going to go ahead and park it. As Mateer getting squirrely coming out of 2. About a minute and a half to go. See if he keeps on it. He does. So we'll go ahead and watch Matt Mateer practice. And about the final minute that we have here. We do not advance qualifying. Give these drivers that may be running a little bit late just that little extra time to get into the lobby. Typically don't pick anybody up in these closing laps of qualifying, but every now and then we'll go ahead and pick one up. So we'll, like I said, we'll let it run out. Again, I see 4 people in here watching. Thank you for watching. Go ahead and comment. I will have a conversation with you as I can. And if you have not already done so, like, share, comment, hit that notification bell. Get as many eyes on these drivers as we can. We got about 5 seconds left here. Cars are very, very tricky to drive. So I am expecting cars to spread out a little bit, but I am expecting the passing to come where people end up making a little bit of a bobble as we go ahead and start lining them up. And starting on the pole, he has not gridded yet. That will be the 20 of Austin Medea. There he is to his outside, rolling off second. That is the 64 of Matt Mateer. Inside row number 2, that is the 225 of Chris Forsyth. With the 033 of Luke Rakowski to his outside. Rolling off 5th is the 80 of Brian Gunderson. And rounding out the field, the 34 of Falcon Smith. As we go ahead and let them get their 2 pace laps in. Not quite as tough to get these guys rolling as it is the midgets. This is our, other than our weekly midget racing, this is our only non-wing event for the Thunder Throwdown Challenge Series. Thunder Throwdown Challenge Series is off next week at Lernerville as we get ready to give everybody off for Thanksgiving. Then we come back, just 3 races to go. It will be the Pro Late Models at Lucas Oil Speedway, the 410 wings at Weedsport, and the 360 wing at Lanier. As Pace Truck gets ready to dive off, handing control over to the 20 of Austin Medea. And Medea says it's hammer time. Austin Medea off to a good lead as the battle now is for this 3rd spot. The 225 of Chris Forsyth trying to work lower. Rakowski slides up a little bit, maybe a little bit of contact, can't really tell. Now working down the back straightaway there, 2-3 wide. The 80 of Gunderson slides up. That is contact with the 033. And the 34 of Falcon Smith tied up together in turn 1 as the caution will fly. Double check, just make sure that's what happens. And it is. The 80 definitely sliding up into the 033. As we'll go ahead and stack them back up. Got 1 lap down, 6 to go, or 7 to go. Your top 3, the 20 of Austin Medea, the 64 of Matt Mateer, the 225 of Chris Forsyth. As it appears as though the 80 of Brian Gunderson has pulled off the track and retired from tonight's event. Get the 1 to green, see if they go double file or if they keep it single file. Looks like they will keep it single file. we are doing the Delaware double file restart. The 64 of Matt Mateer choosing the high side here. And Medea on that loud pedal. They're side by side for the second spot. Mateer running a little bit higher, able to kind of pull away a little bit, but here comes a run on the low side from the 225. Mateer and Forsyth a little bit sideways, getting down the back straightaway. The 225 up in the wall. That's going to allow the 34 to get a run, but Forsyth gets it gathered back up and gets back into gas. As they're now once again fence post formation. You see Matt Mateer getting a little out of shape. That's going to be the key to the race tonight, is who can keep it the straightest going down the straightaways. Austin Medea kind of coined the non-wing driver of the Thunder Racing League this season. Definitely making an easy time of keeping it straight. As now here comes the 34 of Falcon Smith looking to the inside of the 225 of Forsyth. Smith with a little bit of the slip of the grip, letting Forsyth get back away. As we go back single file, once again spread out. As your leader, popsicle sticks in the air, just 2 laps to go for the 20 of Austin Medea. Austin Medea getting sideways coming out of 2. Able to gather it back up, get her pointed in the right direction and into turn 3 and 4. Now one more time for your leader, the 20 of Austin Medea. He works through 1 and 2 for the final time in this heat race. Down the back straightaway. Once again, sideways coming out of 2. Gathers it back up, points it down into 3 and 4 for the final time. Your heat race winner will be the 20 of Austin Medea. Able to close that gap a little bit, the 64 of Matt Mateer. Chris Forsyth coming home third. Fourth, the 34 of Falcon Smith. And the last car left running was the 033 of Luke Rakowski. As we go ahead and get ready to put them out on track for the 3-wide Thunder thank you. Go ahead, start getting these guys lined up here. Ladies and gentlemen, here they come out of turn number 4. They're 3 wide to tell each and every one of you thank you for the support and views. It's the 3 wide Thunder thank you. All right, and with that, I will go ahead, step away, let you listen to the sights and sounds of the cars as these guys get ready to run the track in for about 3.5 more minutes. right, got about 2 minutes left here in warm-up. Just wanted to ask you guys that are in chat, what do you guys think of the non-wing sprint cars so far? If this is your first non-wing race that you have watched on iRacing, what do you think so far? Is it something that you think you'd be able to run, or are these drivers making them look like they're a handful? About 10 seconds left to go. We're getting ready for feature action, ladies and gentlemen. At the top of your leaderboard in this warm-up is, of course, Austin Medea. Second, Chris Forsyth. Third, Falcon Smith. And we got a good streak of slick working through the corners now. Hopefully that'll open up some racing lanes as we go through your starting lineup for your A main action. Starting on the inside of the front row, that is the 20 of Austin Medea. Out of Pennsylvania. Out of Georgia, it's the 64 of Matt Mateer. Rolling off third in the 225, the Texas driver, that is Chris Forsyth. Out of the Carolinas, the number 34 of Falcon Smith. The New York driver in the 033, that is Luke Rakowski. As Brian Gunderson rolling off sixth tonight in this A feature action. Coming down to get the 1 to green this time by. As the lights do go down around the racing facility, just 1 lap to green. Once again, 20 laps. As they work through 3 and 4, Austin Medea says it's hammer time. The battle is for the 3rd spot with the 225. Working the low side, the 34 of Falcon Smith trying to get to his high side. They shoot down the back straightaway. Their fence post formation getting into turns 3 and 4. They stair step out. Here comes the 225 trying to look low of Mateer, but here comes the 34 of Falcon Smith looking to the high side of Forsyth. The 64 of Matt Mateer not letting the 20 of Austin Medea get away just yet as he follows him down the back straightaway. The 225 of Chris Forsyth trying to track him down. not quite able to make it happen. The battle right now is for this lead. The 20 working the high side, the 64 working low. Medea with a good run there off of turn 2 from that high side. Mateer keeping it pinned low, trying to run that low and slow lane. As Austin Medea starting to pull away a little bit as he turns it down and grabs gravity coming up off of turn number 2. Working through 3 and 4. This time you see the 64 close in a decent chunk. The lead just half a second at the line that time by with 4 laps down. Looks like maybe Mateer's found something on the high side as he's keeping it pinned high. Medea still running a little bit of a cut down line. Looks like Mateer able to hold a little bit more momentum on that high side as we go ahead and do a full field rundown just 5 laps down. It is the 20 of Austin Medea as he clips the inside wall. That's going to allow Matt Mateer a good run. Matt Mateer hard on the loud pedal, looking to the outside. Here comes Mateer to the high side, coming out of turn number 2. And the lead over to Matt Mateer, working through 3 and 4. Here comes Medea looking back low. So your full field rundown at the line now. Caution flies. As this may revert back to the last completed lap. If it does, that will give the lead back to Austin Medea, and it looks like it's going to. As here we see the 225 of Chris Forsyth getting up on the bike and end over end. Puts it down on all 4 tires, keeps going. You hate to see that for Matt Mateer, able to capitalize on a mistake that is rarely made by your leader, the 20 of Austin Medea. He does not make many mistakes in these non-wing cars. He just did there. It allowed the 64 of Matt Mateer to get around, but before Mateer could actually lead a lap, the caution flew, handing the lead back over to Medea. If Medea is able to hold on to this one, definitely be interesting to see if he feels that caution saved his race. As they get the 1 to green, Mateer going to choose the high side here. Just shy of halfway, we go ahead and line them up. TRL Delaware style restart, and Medea says it's time to go. Stands on that loud pedal, getting a decent jump up on the 64. As here comes Forsyth trying to get that podium spot back that he had. Working the inside of the 033. He has him cleared, does not throw the slider, keeps it pinned to the bottom. Now he's going to try to work the inside of the 34, ends up tucking back behind him. Up front, it is the 20 of Austin Medea starting to stretch that lead. Biggest lead we've seen the entire race. Almost a second now over the 64 of Matt Mateer. Not sure if Mateer's going to be able to catch him or not. Falcon Smith still holds off the 225 of Chris Forsyth. Forsyth, though, all has the 033 of Rakowski all over his tail tank. It's, call it a 3-car battle for that 3rd spot. As we hit the halfway mark, the 20 of Austin Medea still out to a comfortable lead as Batir trying to track him down. As we go back to this battle, Smith and Forsyth starting to pull away from Rakowski a little bit, not really able to gap each other. Forsyth, a little bit of a slip of the grip. That allows Smith to pull away just ever so slightly, but it looks like Smith gets up in the wall. That allows Forsyth to catch back up. As now Smith working that high side, not missing anything up front, as it's almost a 2-second lead for your leader, Austin Medea. This right here is the closest battle on the track, as the 225 of Forsyth still trying to work low, Smith working up top. Now they kind of switch things up through 3 and 4. With Smith running a little bit of a slider line. Smith gets into the wall coming down the front straightaway. Forsyth catches up. Didn't quite anticipate closing the gap that quick. Runs over the left rear, ends up putting it back down. No harm, no foul. They both continue straight. As just a handful to go for your leader, the 20 of Austin Medea over the 64 of Matt Mateer. Again, that's almost a 3-second lead. And then we go back almost another 5 seconds to your 3rd place battle. That is between the 34 of Falcon Smith and the 225 of Chris Forsyth. Luke Rakowski almost 2 seconds behind these 2 cars. As here comes the 34 up and over as he gets into the wall. And caution will fly one more time. Did not look like there was any contact there. As we try to find this wreck here. Now this 34 just loses the grip coming out of turn number 4 into the wall hard and up and over, coming to a rest on that cage. As this allows Mateer to restart right on the bumper of the 20 of Medea. Should be a single file restart here when we get the 1 to green. We will see if Mateer can keep up this time, as Medea in that long section there was able to pull away and start gapping him. We will see what happens here. Feel like Mateer's definitely going to try to pressure that 20 into making a mistake, because that may be his only way around. But these cars with their power, the lack of downforce, it's easy to make a mistake if you know somebody's there and overdrive the car just a little bit. It has big consequences, as we just seen with that 34. As it appeared that Smith overdrove coming out of turn number 4. As Pace Truck dives off. Medea hits that loud pedal Able to pull away just a little bit as we wait for the gaps to close a little bit and start showing correctly. The popsicle sticks will go in the air this time by for your leader. Here comes the 225. Big slide job into the 64 of Matt Mateer. As there is the caution. As it looks like that was a slide job. Oh, that one's kind of hard to call as it looked like Mateer might have been coming down. Mateer was coming down. This 225 came up. They met in the middle. That's kind of a racing deal there. You hate to see it. But the good news is everybody's able to keep it on all fours. Mateer going to come down, grab a fresh car, get back out there, tag the tail from 5th. As now your running order will be the 220 or the 20, the 033 of Luke Rakowski. Chris Forsyth is in the pits. Apparently he pulled off thinking he may have caused that one. He did not, but that is the rule. If you cause 2, you're done for the night. So he goes ahead and parks it for the night. So your 4th place car will be the 64 as we see Falcon Smith diving down pit road. Not sure if he's going to park it or if he's going to get a quick repair. As we get the 1 to green this time by. 34 definitely. With a quick repair there. As we go back up front, as we get ready to go green here. Medea leads Rakowski. As Mateer sitting 3rd. As Medea stands on the loud pedal. 2 laps to go. This is our first attempt at a green-white checkered. Here comes Mateer. He throws a bomb into 1 and 2 on the 033. Works down the back straightaway. Is he going to have enough to catch Medea? Medea sliding up just a little bit. Out of 1 and 2. Here they come. Dodger's jacket in the air. Mateer working the low side. Medea working high. Mateer looked like he might have closed up the gap just a little bit. Here comes Medea. He protects the bottom. Mateer not able to throw that big bomb slider. Mateer stands on it coming out of 4. That's not enough. It's going to be Austin Medea with a race win. 2nd is Matt Mateer. 3rd will be Luke Rakowski. As it shows Mateer 4th now. I'm wondering if maybe he had a black. Not sure what happened there as Mateer is pulling down onto pit road. As we will go ahead and we'll see who gets into the waiting room. But we know for sure your winner is the 20 of Austin Medea. 2nd is the 033 Luke Rakowski. According to timing and scoring, it is the 034 or the 34 of Falcon Smith. Fourth, the 64 of Matt Mateer. Mateer is in the waiting room as he did cross the line third. Not sure if, once again, if he had a black that needed cleared or what the deal is there. We will definitely interview him. But your winner is here. It is the 20 of Austin Medea. Got a copy, Austin?
Yeah, I got you, Jay.
All right. So before that first caution came out, Mateer was able to get around you through 1 and 2 as it looked like you hit the inside wall. And then before he could actually lead the lap, caution flew, put you back up front. Do you think that could have saved your race?
It definitely saved me, I think, a little bit. I mean, Mateer was definitely quicker. I kept making a lot of mistakes. I've ran these cars in a while, and he wasn't making many mistakes, and every time I made a mistake, he was right there. He kind of showed me where to run a little bit, because I thought I was going to kind of need to run the high side more, and he was ducking down low. There was still grip down low, and I went down there, and then I was able to put a good bit of distance between us, and then another caution came out, and we were right there, and then I guess I don't know what happened. He ended up falling back a little bit, but yeah, he was definitely quicker than me, I think, from the mistakes I was making.
All right. Well, you were able to hang on. A lucky break for that first caution. Yeah, that second caution, again, I guess could kind of call it a lucky break as him and Forsyth got racing hard and they kind of met in the middle. That sent him to the back and in for some quick repairs. But good run
Yeah,
tonight. I know these cars are hard to run, so.
Yeah, I definitely had I couldn't figure it out on the straightaway with the throttle control, and then especially then that didn't set me up for getting into the turn very well. Out of the turn, I was able to figure it out, but I thought, like I said, the high side would have been able and much quicker, but kind of kept putting that right rear into the wall and making mistakes, and then just kept getting loose in the grip.
All right. Well, congratulations. We're off next Wednesday, but I'm sure we will see you next Sunday night in the Wing Sprint Cars 358s. How do you feel going into Lernerville?
I feel pretty good about going into Lernerville. I like running the high side there and the cushion, although it can bite you because there's no wall and it's easy to make mistakes there as well. So you just got to minimize mistakes and just try to run a clean race.
All right. Well, congratulations again on the win. Sponsors, shout outs, anybody you want to thank?
Thank the guys over at Black Bolt Racing, Derek GLC, Giddings Mobile Repair, Du Bois Welding, W Energy, Nukes Performance, CTFX Design, UJ for doing the broadcast and putting on the Thunder Racing League shows, and for everybody that's in race control, it's helping out.
All right. Well, I appreciate it and congratulations. I'm sure we will be talking to you next week.
Yep, thanks, Jay.
All right. That was your winner, the 20 of Austin Medea. Coming home second, the 033, Luke Rakowski. Got a copy, Luke?
I do. Can you hear me?
You're a little quiet, but I can hear you.
Oh.
There we go. Now I can hear you better.
Yeah, I moved my mic around. What's up?
All right. So being a wild night in a very hard to control car, able to bring it home second. Walk us through your night and how you were able to salvage a second place out of all the craziness.
Attrition. Just trying. I've never run. I don't think I've even practiced in a 360 non-wing. I've never run a non-wing race, and I was like, well, there's guys who are better than me in here. And I honestly, I just went out and was like, well, I'm going to work on some throttle control, and I'm going to just try to find some different things. And knowing that, there was five, six guys in there, and it was with how difficult the car is, and the track really slicked off nice, and I was like, well, I'm just going to work on some own personal things, and if I finish last, I finish last. It really wasn't a I'm going to go out and be competitive or win, or even much less finish on the podium deal. But when I crossed that line, I said I got second. I was just as surprised as, I don't know, probably everyone else was. So, I guess patience and run your own race.
So saying this was your first 360 non-wing, how do you like these non-wing cars?
I do like them. The only other non-wing thing is I just ran for fun. I tested actually at Williams Grove in the 410, just for giggles, and I like them because they really force you to work on your throttle control, which is something I desperately need to work on. So I do like them. And towards the end there, getting a little more comfortable and trying some different lines. And I was just talking to Matt in the waiting room. I said, on occasion, I was able to kind of feel like, wow, I hit this good. And then you can see, you know, you're getting closer to the cars coming off the corner ahead of you. So I can see with it being a challenging car to drive that if you can start to get decent at it and you start hitting your marks and figuring it out, it can be really rewarding.
Yeah, absolutely. I know I enjoy the non-wing stuff. Love watching it on Flow. Love running them on iRacing. I wish there were more lobbies, more drivers with lobbies in them, but unfortunately, they just don't seem to have the popularity that I feel they should because they're a handful. You don't necessarily drive the car.
You just gotta hang on.
Yeah, you kind of point it and hope for the best. try
Well,
try to
I'll tell
keep
you
it
what,
from going all the way around on you. I find them fun to drive.
dude, they're lots of fun, and I know the sim is rather realistic and it's close, but man, if these things on the sim are anything reasonably close to what they are in real life, it just goes to prove that, like when Aaron and I watched the USAC and stuff on Flow, that those guys are just insane.
Yeah, Brady Bacon, C.J. Leary, they're making it look like a cakewalk. So
But no, I had a lot of fun. I had seen this on the schedule, said, dude, it's non-wing at Williams Grove. If there's not a sprint car track, with a sprint car, you don't get more sprint car than that. So I was like, let's have some fun and have a good time, and it was a blast.
absolutely. Well, congratulations. I know you're pretty spotty on when you can show up, so I'm not even going to ask when the next time we're going to see you is. Just hopefully good luck next time we do, and let's get your sponsors and shout outs out of the way.
First off, I got to thank T-Berry and T-Berry Motorsports. They really help us out a lot, me and Aaron, and I got to thank the kids because they push me, and everyone who helps us out at Rakowski Family Racing and Aaron Rakowski Racing. So that covers it.
All right. Well, congratulations on a second place finish tonight, and hopefully we get to talk to you more this season.
Well, I hope so too. And thanks again. Thanks for broadcasting. Thanks for putting the league on. And thanks to everyone who watches and supports it and participates. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, Luke.
Thanks,
All
Shay.
right. That was your second place finisher, Luke Rukowski. And in crossing the line third, the 64 of Matt Mateer, iRacing scored him fourth for some reason.
10-second delay, Jay.
Ah,
Luke was slow getting to the flag stand, and when I got underneath him on that green-white checkered, it gave me the 10-second penalty.
jumping
The
the start.
Yeah, it wasn't jumping the start. I perfectly got behind him. He just let off because he couldn't handle the straights going down, and I just cruised past him. And I wasn't thinking.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is going to score you a fourth place finish tonight. But we'll go ahead and interview you anyway since Falcon ain't here. Because, I mean, TRL rules. I know there wasn't a driver's meeting, but you've been here long enough that single file till the start finish line. That start finish line does have a cone there, imaginary.
Yeah, I
So-
know, I know.
But you put on one heck of a show. The only one that looked like they could have even touched Medea. Got around him actually, working through 1 and 2, coming out of 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. You get to 3 and 4. Forsyth ended up getting on the bike and going for a ride. Goes back to the last completed lap, hands it back over to Medea. Was that pretty much your race at that point since you showed Medea the line to run?
Yes and no. It definitely hurt my chances greatly because once I got past him, again, I showed him exactly what he needed to do because we were just talking. He's like, dude, you were great on the straights. Like you were able to hold it together just as much. I go, dude, but I showed you the promised land. I mean, for him, he was just saying it's like when you're out front, you don't see all the lines. You're just trying to adjust and go from there. And I was catching him because he was still somewhat in that slick, and overturning, and I was still trying to keep the car straight as much as possible, try to stay smooth, and just keep the top because I like to run the top the most, just in general, and because it also helps keep my momentum. Well, I learned really quickly I couldn't keep that up turns 3 and 4 after hitting Chris Forsyth with a cut down. But that one's my fault. But yeah, no, it
Yeah,
was
looking back at that one, he was coming up. You were running a cut down. You guys met in the middle. I know
yeah.
Chris ended up parking it for that, as it would have been his second if it was called on him. Unfortunately, with me not being able to communicate to the drivers, he took blame for it, and
Yeah. No, it's all fun and games, and I respect Chris and everything he does, even for the league as well too. And I wish he didn't park. I wish he would just continue to race and go from there. Because I mean, even then, I tried, even with the green white checkered, I tried to throw at least something as to see if I could catch Medea and put on a show. So, I mean, that's what it's all about: is having fun, putting on a show, and having a great time. I mean. This is why it's the Challenger Series. You know, you throw yourself in a different car each week and see how things grow. I mean, I never thought I'd like the Legends, and sure enough, when we ran the Legends, I liked that. So, I just appreciate everything that goes on and appreciate Chris and all that. So,
all right. So, do you know when the next time we're going to see you is?
uh, let's see here. Definitely Sunday. Just with everything going on. Jay, I've been busy with a lot of stuff, personal stuff outside. Um, just trying to take care of things, and I also had the mother-in-law in town this weekend, so it kind of took away from Sunday and into Monday. But definitely next week I'll be able to really do Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday, and go from there.
We are off next Wednesday, as it's the day before Thanksgiving. Let everybody start traveling. So, um, but we are running Sunday, Monday. So, how do you feel going into Lernerville in the four? I guess you'd call them stable classes, weekly classes,
Well,
the classes that don't
Lernerville,
change.
Lernerville is my most winningest track with this league. Um, with the 360s and the 410s, I've won multiple times on that track, so I'm very comfortable being able to run it and put it where I need to be with a fixed setup. So, definitely looking forward to it, and definitely looking forward to running the high side and seeing who could keep it in the track and who puts it right over the lip. So, uh, definitely looking forward to it. Now, the only question is with the oh the Ooh, the modifieds and the midgets. I do not know how to run that track with those just in general. Late models and sprint cars, I'll have a damn good idea, but other than that, it's going to be up in the air.
All right. Well, good luck next week, and hopefully we'll talk to you there. Let's get our sponsors and shout outs.
Have a good one.
All right. And now we will go ahead and do our sponsors and shout outs. We want to thank School of Sim Racing. School of Sim Racing provides free and purchasable setups. If SSR makes a setup for the car, it is an SSR setup in these cars. They are also an excellent place to learn how to drive different cars, both dirt and asphalt. Look them up on Facebook or YouTube, School of Sim Racing. Stevenson Family Performance, they are a monetary backer of Thunder Racing League. Once again, check them out on Facebook, Stevenson Family Performance. Giddings Mobile Repair, another financial backer of Thunder Racing League. They are your automotive, commercial vehicle, and trailer repair specialists in and around Tulsa. Check them out on Facebook, Giddings Mobile Repair LLC. Diamond Designs, they're giving away a free wrap to each and every series champion, each wrap valued at over $20. So that is over $100 worth of wraps being given out by Diamond Designs. Veterans and Warriors One Stop Shop. They are a nonprofit organization geared towards literally being a one-stop shop for veterans. Anything that a veteran needs, they can go to Veterans and Warriors One Stop Shop. and Justin Jones and his crew will get them pointed in the right direction and help them get all the proper paperwork they need and cut through all the red tape. If you would like to donate to Veterans and Warriors One Stop Shop, check them out on Facebook, Veterans and Warriors One Stop Shop. And if you are in the Discord, look up Justin Jones. He will have the VWAS behind his name, and send him a private message asking how you can donate. DNT Designs. They are giving away a free wrap to every 5th place finisher in the point standings for every series. That is DNT Designs. I believe you can look them up on Facebook as well. If not, get with me on Discord and I can get you pointed in the correct direction to get a wrap from DNT Designs. And last but not least, we want to thank Snead Game Farms for the Snead Game Farm Dedicated Driver Award. That award is a $10 cash bonus going to the driver with the most attempted starts across all 5 series. With that, I am Jay Giddings. This is Thunder Racing League TV, your home for all the Thunder Racing League action. We will see you next Sunday night at the virtual Lernerville Speedway for the 358 Modifieds and 305 Wing Sprint cars. With that, y'all have a good night, and I will see you later.